That is a line no Japanese man would be keen on hearing in the middle of the streets at 3 a.m. Such words are uttered by the deadliest woman in Japanese horror myth, the slit-mouth woman. If you hear the phrase, "Am I pretty?" just know that you won't be seeing the sunrise the next day. Now, what happens when you turn a phrase that makes men poop bricks into a phrase that gets men grow a brick? You get this fetish of a manga. I genuinely want to know what's going on in the author's pee-pee. Nonetheless, let's recap, shall we? The sky dark, the wind blows, the leaves crunch as the sound of footsteps echo through the air. The masked killer has found her victim, and she's ready to extract his soul out his body. And there she is, at full erection. Conception. And she's ready to slide her scissors across his throat. Despite her threatening aura that'll send a shiver down anyone's spine, she instead sent blood rushing down our main guy's log of opportunities. And like a kawaii anime schoolgirl, she covered her face out of embarrassment. She frankly could not believe that he isn't remotely afraid of her. And then our boy says a statement that'll get him sent straight to the nether if he wasn't in a romance manga. He outright says that she's getting boring. You know, saying that to a creature of legend is bad enough as it is, but saying it to a girl, oh boy, do you have a death wish? He then continues mocking her by saying that it would be more effective in scaring him if he were to be staring at a 2D screen and received a text message from her. He really isn't scared of you, huh? I agree. The scariest thing about the manga isn't you, but rather the age reveal of our boy. He's 13. Wow, she really is a monster. Despite him being young, the first time they met, he was still unfazed by her. And that got her feeling worse than me after post-nut clarity. She then asked him if he felt even a little bit disturbed. Oh, he was disturbed all right, disturbing his little tinky winky. He then asked her why she's so adamant on scaring him and if she's a ghost. Which she reveals that she's not a ghost, and that she's a slit-mouth woman. Gee, who could have guessed? No, but in all seriousness, she's a being crafted from the concept of human fear, and that she regularly visits the place our boy is in to find her victims. But as time passed, people stopped believing in her existence. Until she met our boy, who does believe in her existence. It's just he doesn't unleash brown loads from his bumhole after seeing her. And now, she has to scare one person a week. And if she doesn't, she'll get hungry and starve. That's a whole lot of yapping. The true reason is obviously plot. So yeah, she's coming for him so that he can satisfy her. Satisfy her hunger, you freaking weirdos. Our boy took that statement too literally and decided to feed her his lollipop. Just wait till he gives her another lickable item. The sweet taste of our boy's lollipop left her so soaked, and our boy can see that she wants to keep sucking. Like a yandere, she's not true to her feelings and says that no matter how sweet his candy is or how many he'll give her, that'll never make her happy. Our boy then gave a hearty belly laugh, slapping his knee, claiming the statement that she's not remotely scary, which deeply angers her. He then admits that he finds her cute. And at that very moment, she knew that the chances of her scaring him is lower than the chances of me winning my crush. Absolute negative numbers. The slit-mouth woman with all her glory and kills is just like us, easily tired by a garbage day. She's currently having an existential crisis because of our boy who got his mini-mite response turned on rather than his flight response turned on. She vows that she will scare the daylights out of him one day, and as she's making this vow, she received a knock on her door. It turns out that our boy has Joe Goldberg his way into finding her house. And sensibly, she tells him kindly to piss off. But he was let in either way, 'cause plot. She then asked him how he found her. Is he Joe Goldberg or something? Gee, I don't know. Maybe because this is the only oldest house within the area that looks creepy and decrepit and likely houses an ancient creature of myth? Just a thought. He then asked her why does she regularly sew her mouth? Well, it's because that it would regularly fall off, so she sews it to keep it in place. She then asked him if it was really okay if he stayed in her house so late, since his parents might get worried. But it turns out that his parents wouldn't even bat an eye, even if he was in a forest with a bear. Besides, based on the items that she's prepping for him, it's more likely that she doesn't want him to leave. She quickly rushed him into the bathroom, and he requests for her to join him. For the fellas out there, here's a tip. If you do this to a girl, you're gonna get your booty hole expanded, and it's not from her pegging you. As he's showering, she devised a plan to scare him. But the true scare was the one coming from our boy himself. A monstrous 12-incher right there. And out of pure instinct, she dropped her jaw so that she can give it a whirl and fit all of it in a little bit easier. Besides his shaft that'll go into her mouth, it appears that our boy wants food to enter his. Unfortunately for him, she doesn't have any human food, so he just decides to sleep. And he suggested for her to join him in bed. And then they started having this tug-of-war session, where he's forcing her to join him, and she's declining it. Just when she's about to win, he then says, "If she fights away my affection, she might cause me a little trouble."
But would you lose? Nah, I'd win. And I did win.
Our boy managed to drag her onto the bed, and through some Houdini BS, he ended up on her monstrous bosoms. So obviously she's now super pissed off and tried to leave, only to be pulled back onto the bed. Now all you fellas out there, please put this in your head and actually use this advice. Don't you ever force a girl to do something that she doesn't wanna. You're not the main character in a romance anime. It won't work for you. And if you were to do something that she doesn't want to, just know that your bumhole will really get expanded, and it's really not gonna be her pegging you. Our boy is absolutely lucky he's the main character, because anyone else would have already had their blood paint the bedsheets, like a paint on canvas. Nonetheless, she's still mad at him, and he apologized and admits that he did what he did because he likes her. Before he could say anything else, he has already fallen asleep. She couldn't help but find him cute, and slowly drew herself closer towards him. And the next day, our boy woke up only to find her not in bed with him. Monster Girl fetishes make intriguing romance manga, I'ma not lie.